afternoon and welcome to A View From Here 64/65 going on to 66, and welcome back. It's great to have you here with me, and I want to continue on from my last video, which is where are you now? And it's a question that I have been going over for a long time for myself. You know, from where you started in life, what your first memories are of what you wanted to be when you grew up. You know, what was that for you? Did those dreams come true? All those thoughts, all those wants? Or did you go off and do something else and you're sitting in the time of your life now where you're wishing you had done more? So my where am I now is I seem to have climbed mountains, gone down, gone around, gone everywhere. Really not following my heart, not my dreams. They were to a certain extent, but really following love, which wasn't, that's not a tragic thing to do, except when it's not quite reciprocated the right way or the way you'd like it to be. So my dream, originally my first thought, when people would say to you when you're a child, what do you want to do when you grow up? Mine was to be a mother or a secretary, go figure. I can't even see the correlation there, but I think the secretary part, I understand, is the organisational part of me, the part that likes to be organised, to greet people. I've always loved being front of house in different businesses that I've worked in, and I've enjoyed that, greeting people. Even in retail, when people come in the shop, I love meeting people and having that time with them. So I think that secretary part was that organisational side of me, that greeting part, that wanting to be front of house. Probably more a receptionist, though I didn't know that word at the time. And being a mum was something that I always wanted to be and never left me. And I honestly can't say that I'm this grand maternal person, except with my own children. I just desperately wanted to have my own family, husband, be married. That was my thing. I could see myself doing that from when I was really little. So I think by the time I was 16, I was already on that road to finding love. That was somewhere back in my subconscious, was to find love, fall in love, get married as soon as possible and have kids. So it sort of worked out for me in a lot of ways. And I did get married, and I was married for 17 years. I have a terrific ex-husband and 3 beautiful children. And with those children now I have grandchildren. So it's been an amazing time. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't go as I would have loved it to have, and we're not together as a couple anymore, though I feel very grateful that we've got a friendship. And so that part of my life was fulfilled. And then a few years after that, I met my ex-partner and was with him for a long, long time. And I have a little fly flying around me here, little thing. And we were together for a long time. And then that, as you are aware, if you follow my other videos or myself on Instagram, that just turned terrible and sour and ended in a terrible way. And we are no longer friends and won't hold a friendship. And that doesn't upset me in any way, because we don't share children together. We don't have that great family closeness, and so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything by not continuing to have a friendship with him in this part of my life. But when I sit here and I say, am I doing exactly what I'd love to be doing? Well, this is something I really enjoy. I really enjoy talking to people. Quite a few years ago, I was running meditation classes, and I really enjoyed. I've had retreats, did that a couple of times. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, I love being with people. I love talking. I like, in a way, and I'm hoping this doesn't come across too egotistical, and though it probably has part of my ego in it without denying that, is that I really enjoy telling a story. I really enjoy sharing thoughts and my deeper thoughts. I really love to know people's stories and what they're doing. As you know, I was also a kinesiologist and did one-on-one, so you get a lot of people's stories. And in them telling you their story, you're sharing yours and you're assisting them and guiding them through to be the best version of themselves. And up until recently, I did move back to Melbourne to be close to family, which has been fabulous and an actual really great dream come true, which I was wondering, how is that going to happen? God works in mysterious ways, and it did happen, and I'm forever grateful and love where I'm at. I then thought, well, what will I do? I'll put it out there again for kinesiology. So I have a few clients that I see, and I also got myself a job back in retail. That hasn't quite worked out. I'm not getting the hours that I need. It's a casual job. And it threw me. I just went, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? This is like threw my plans upside down. And I've got to tell you, through that, I was a bit shaken. My ego just had a bump, a rather large one it felt. I thought, because straight away I went to, this is because I'm older. They're choosing the younger ones over me, and I'm not as valuable. That was going around in my head. That was a very unusual pattern. I have not considered my age. I have not considered my age. I'm 65. I say it out loud. I'm not embarrassed by it. I don't want to hide it. I'm happy with who I am in so many ways. Well, I thought I was until this happened. But nothing ever happens by mistake. So it's been so quiet for me without the work, and the weather hasn't been fantastic, that it's given me an opportunity again to revisit the inner me, to read some books. I've been going over and reading books. I've been listening to great speakers. I love the Bible, so I can revisit that. I can sit in meditative prayer. So I've gathered myself up again and around and go, all right, it's quiet. I've put applications out for more work, but God knows what's in store for me. And I know that I'm a valuable person for community. I love people. I'm very capable. I don't feel old, that I can't work. I'm not eligible for any type of dole. So this leaves me here. So where am I now? Where am I now? I'm in my time where I'm having another growth, another spiritual enhancement. That's what it feels like. And that might sound a bit wanky. And for those of you who have done that, you might understand that it's really going deep within again, sorting out it's like I've just cleaned out one of the shelves in my pantry. It's the same feeling. It's going in and clearing out that what really affected me, because I believed it. No one had ever said, but we don't want you because you're too old and we're rather the younger people. I decided that. I decided that that was the reason why they didn't want me. So I had to go in and look at that rubbish that I had in that pantry shelf and go, okay, do you need that in your life? And where is that serving you? Because I was feeling flat, I was feeling despondent, and, start to go, oh, I don't like myself. So I was very hard on myself once again. So my question to you, as it was last time I put a video, where are you? Is your life equaling, or have you had it equal that thought? Are you doing you? Are you doing what you'd love to be doing? Or have you given up and used aging as an excuse? And it can be like, oh, I'm too old for that now. nobody wants me. I could have done that. I could have done that last week, the week before. But I went, no, I am not too old. And if I'm not useful in the workforce out there, I will create my own work and I will keep my health in check. So, keep my fitness up, eat good food, take care of me. Not in a selfish way that I'm putting myself before people. I don't want to do that at all. But if I'm not part of that care that I love for others, if I'm not caring for me, sorry about moving this around so much, but my arm's getting a bit tired. But if I'm not caring for me, then I'm not good for anybody. So this has been a great realisation that I allowed one part of my life, a very small part, to affect a great deal of me. And I'm loving the journey back in to see what I need to get rid of, to see what I need to clear, to see what I need to enhance parts of me that I put laying dormant. I've been really busy since I've come back to Melbourne, busy fixing the house, settling in, just socialising, family, getting out in the garden, lots of different things that have kept me very busy and very occupied. So I've got to say, instead of now going and looking at my phone, do they need me? Have I got a shift coming on? What's going on? Why don't they want me? It's been a delight to say, okay, finances are there, they're coming. I have no issue with that. That'll all be fine. But I need to create and keep creating Barbara. I'm not old. I'm not finished and forgotten. And if somebody else has finished and forgotten me, they're allowed. But I'm not to give up on myself. I'm really grateful that I love Jesus and I can lean on God and Jesus. I really love that in my life. But there's so many good things out there in this world that are offered to us to lift us up and bring us back. And I call them tools. We don't have to sit in our own agony. We don't have to rehash the things in our life that we didn't love and that haven't worked out for us. We can release them and let them go by keeping creating. It's almost like, I have said this to clients for a long time. When you clear something out of your life and you've forgiven that part of your life, it's like a hole in the system that you need to fill. You need to fill with something really great for yourself. It could be walking, could be exercise, could be positive mantras, it could be reading a great book, starting your own video channel, but it's filling a void because it's so easy to go back to the old again, the old sadness, the guilt, the grief, the unforgiveness, if you leave that void empty. So fill it with amazing positive things about who you are. And, the old saying, you fake it till you make it. It's a little bit like that. We can, I was reading a book the other day and I was saying, if you sit and smile for 5 minutes, you're going to feel that smile. After a couple of minutes, you feel it. You feel the warmth of that smile. So it is fake initially, and then you follow through with the feeling. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Look at your life. Where have you been? What were your initials? What do you want to do when you grow up? What was that for you? Did you succeed to achieve that? Did you do the life you wanted to do? And if not, what would you do now to change that? Okay, if you're my age, you're not going to have children. If you didn't have children and you missed that boat, you're not going to do that now. But what would you do that would create that family for you that you always wanted? So there's a big one. That's a really big one. So how do we build what we want in our life if we didn't follow our hearts, and we got sidetracked along the way through relationship, devaluing ourselves, lack of respect for self, all those things, alcohol, drugs, whatever took you off your path. I'd love for you to have a think about that. I say this a lot. Life can be difficult. It can throw a lot of challenges, but I still love it. And I still love to take the positive from all events in my life and have a spiritual, physical, emotional growth. Who am I spiritually in this world? A big question always for me. Physically, where am I at? Yes, I'm getting older. Well, do you want to feel that to the core of... Do I want to feel that to the core of myself? No. So I work on my health, my fitness. I endeavour to eat really well. I fail, don't get me wrong, but I can still eat really well. Even in my failures of having a bit of chocolate or whatever that might be that's bad for us, I have a really good balance, and that's always in my mind, to keep the balance. So let's not use age as an excuse. If your health has failed you and you're sitting, where's your mind at? If you can't actively move anymore, but where is your mind? Are you doing something great and active with your mind that stimulates you and keeps you happy, keeps you healthy of heart and spirit? So do me a favour, go over those questions, please. Have a look at them. It allows you to find yourself interesting again. You know, I used to say, because I've worked on myself for years, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I feel like if I don't find myself interesting enough to want to know about myself, I'm not going to grow as a person. So find yourself interesting enough to take the time to get involved with who you are, who you've been, and where you are now, and what do you want still in your life? What are you wanting? And, stay away from answers. Do me a favour. Stay away from answers that are, I want peace in the world. Yes, of course we do. But when you understand the peace you want in the world has to be the peace within you too, that you're part of that, what is created on the outside, we're all energy. If we're going around feeling like crap, we're going to create more crap in our lives. So feeling positive, acting on that positivity, as in smiling, as in being active, all those things create more positivity. So, but that's my story. I'm actually interested to know your story, and how do you go about doing that for yourself? I'd love some feedback. Thank you for listening. I know this is going to make you dizzy because I have no stand for my phone, and the one I have is broken. I'm not so IT savvy, and I've said for a long time I would love to get myself a camera and get this really going properly. It will happen. I will do it. But for now, this is what I've got. I hope that this pleases you and that you get something out of it, even though I'm moving around. I've got some little fly buzzing around irritating me. I'm still here with you and for you. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you again. And it'd be great if you could comment. It's nice to know somebody's watching, listening, and I'd love the feedback and to know how you're going out there. Thanks for listening. Bye for now. See you.